Hi everybody, welcome to week 2 of our Quar-ART-ine club. Hopefully you watched last week's video and made a beautiful feather painting. This week we're going to be making woven recycled bracelets, and all you're going to need is a pair of scissors and an old t-shirt. So first thing you're going to do is take your t-shirt and lay it out flat on a surface. And we're gonna start at the bottom of the t-shirt. You wanna take your scissors and first thing cut off that seam at the bottom. We don't want anything bulky in our weaving, so we wanna cut that seam off so we just have t-shirt fabric. Next, you're gonna cut 1-inch strips. You need 3 of them. So I'm not measuring here. It doesn't have to be too precise. I'm just trying to make my cut straight. So I'm cutting a straight line across the bottom of the t-shirt, about 1 inch wide, to make 3 1-inch strips. Next up, you're going to take those t-shirt strips and you want to cut them open on one end because we want to use long strips. So you're going to do that to all 3 pieces. Next, we need to attach these 3 pieces. So what you're going to do is take the end of one and fold it over just about 1/2 inch. And with your scissors, you're going to cut into that fold, making a small hole. So I'm cutting a triangle shape here, just into that fold that I just made, so that when I take that cut piece out, I have a little diamond at the edge of my strip. You're going to do that to both ends of all 3 strips. Next up, we're going to take those 3 strips and attach them to each other. So we really have one long piece of fabric to work with for our hand weaving, our bracelet weaving. So you're going to line up the edge of one strip and you're going to overlap it with the edge of another strip so that those holes that you just cut are right on top of each other. They line up. And you're going to take the strip that's on the bottom of the 2, you're going to find the edge of it, and you're going to push it through the holes of both strips. You're going to pull that end through those holes and give it sort of a gentle tug so that on the edge of that strip you have this little knot. And now the 2 pieces are attached. Next, we're going to attach the 3rd piece. So I'm going to take that long strip and repeat what I just did. I'm going to take my 3rd strip. I'm going to place it right on top, making sure that those 2 holes that I cut are overlapping right on top of each other. I'm going to take the edge of the strip that's underneath, and I'm going to weave it through the holes of those 2 strips. You're going to gently pull it all the way through and give it a little tug so that you have a little knot where the 2 meet. And now all 3 t-shirt strips are attached and you have one long piece of fabric. Next, I'm going to sit and I'm going to take the end of my strip and I'm going to place it in between my thumb and forefinger. So I have about 4 or 5 inches hanging off the edge and I'm going to hold it tight. Next, I'm going to weave under my pointer, over my middle, under my ring, over my pinky, and go back around. Under my pinky, over my ring, under my middle, over my pointer, so that all 4 fingers are now woven upon. Next, I'm going to take that string fabric and I'm going to give it one big loop around all 4 of those fingers. I haven't woven around my thumb. And just watch what I'm doing here for a moment. Let me show you that again. So I'm going to take the edge of my big fabric strip, holding that little tail in place, and I'm going to loop it, one big loop around all 4 fingers. Then I'm taking the loop that's on each finger, pulling it over that loop that I just made and pushing my finger through the hole. Pulling that loop off my finger, over the loop I just made, and pushing my finger through that hole. Sometimes it's a little difficult to get off. Good thing t-shirts are stretchy. So you pull that loop on your finger, push your finger through it. Keep that tail in between your thumb and pointer. One more time. One big loop with that extra string there, that fabric around all 4 fingers. And then you repeat this process until you have about 4 or 5 inches left on the other end of your string. So now I have the ends of my t-shirt string. I have about 4 inches left on each side, and it should look something like that. What I have left with what I was weaving is not enough to make another loop. So I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to start with my pinky. So I'm going to remove it from my pinky, and I'm going to take that extra string and pull it through. So I'm taking the loops off my fingers one at a time, starting at my pinky, and putting that extra t-shirt strip through those holes. This will keep it from coming apart. So now I have about 4 or 5 inches left of my t-shirt strip on either side. There's many ways you can close this off. We're just going to do a simple double knot. So I'm taking my strips and I'm just tying a tight knot 2 times, double knot. With my scissors, I'm going to cut off that extra fabric and just give it another little tug so I know that knot is secure. And I'm going to place it on my wrist, and there's your complete woven t-shirt bracelet. Hope you have fun. Tune in again next week.